so much for to playing my game.
What is going on, everybody?
All
How's it
right.
going tonight?
Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday
It is the
indeed.
weekend.
I'm so glad.
Finally the weekend.
I'm probably not as glad as you are.
Oh, I'm I can't even put it into words how glad I am it is the weekend.
Right. Oh, man. Awful. We did get some Guns Gore cannoli in though. That was fun.
Yep.
That was really good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Oh yeah.
That was a good time. I that's a fun game. Like it's just kind of cheesed at the end, falling in through the fans, but that's okay.
Hey, I mean it was built into the game. We did what
exactly.
The game, we didn't try to circumvent it.
You can't say that they weren't cheesing on us too, you know.
Oh, I know. Exactly. They were definitely a little against us in the end.
Yeah, right. 100%. Like, yeah, no, I'm okay with it. No problems.
Yep. So everyone, welcome to this episode of the OG VODcast. We got
episode 5,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah, 5.
Episode 5. That's crazy.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. So we did take a hiatus last week. And we discussed, and I think we were going to go for every other Friday now is our plan, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think bi-weeklies kind of gives us a chance to I don't know, talking about current events and stuff like that. I think more topics can come up for sure. So
right,
I like it.
So our regularly scheduled vodcast will be on that schedule then.
Yeah. So yeah, every other Friday.
Ones. Yeah.
I got to get better about like I see a lot of people post their schedule and stuff up. Man, I'm terrible at it. Even my Twitch channel has, I think Warzone's still in my schedule. So like I gotta fix that. It's awful. It's so bad.
I ended up just pulling mine down because basically since work started back up, and then even this was a prime example how heavy it got here this past couple weeks is I couldn't adhere to a schedule. I would just set up for disappointment, for anybody.
Yep. Every single time it was like, no.
Yeah. So we've been doing loosely trying to be on around the same time at certain days of the week, but not planned content or anything. It's right. I'd really like to get into a schedule. I agree.
Yeah, it's. I was talking to Seafish. In fact, a couple days ago, he was talking about doing kind of mixing stuff up and how he would like to do it. And honestly, I was like, you think about it, the TV channels, TV shows come on the same night of the week, the same time. It's kind of the same thing. It's like it. I think it's good. I think it's a good thing to have that.
Yeah,
that schedule. It's tough though. There's so many times I'm like, I don't know what we're playing, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
Yeah, I pretty much figure out what I'm playing about, I don't know, half hour before stream.
Yeah, right. So many times, my social media manager, the missus, she's like, hey, so what are you playing tonight? And I'm like, oh crap, I don't know. I don't have a clue. Like video game.
And I would say that's what I really look forward to on Friday is it's all the fun chat without having to pick a game to play.
Yep. Just kicking back, talking about shenanigans. Yep, it's a good thing. For sure.
But that does bring up the other side of things is so much to talk about, so much stuff out there to cover.
There are some very interesting. It's been a pretty wild couple of weeks. Well, let's say this. So you haven't been playing a lot of games. Have you purchased anything or got anything cool lately?
Well, I finally, after some long time of no shipping updates, I finally got my Sega Astro City from Limited Run.
Oh, that's really cool.
I actually haven't even opened it yet.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Man, that's really cool.
And it was not even my intention to keep it in the box. It's just I just haven't opened it. That's how crazy things have been.
Out. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That showed up probably, I want to say it showed up like Monday. So
nice.
yeah,
nice.
It's been here for a few days and I haven't been able to touch it yet. Yeah, do an unboxing stream. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Rock it out. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. We did hi
to Remus.
My buddy has the guy that owns the arcade. He's got an Astro City in there. Really neat. Cool little console. Yeah. It looks just like that. Like literally without the pedestal. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's really neat. So that's
I guess cool. Accessory wise, I guess they even have a pedestal that you can get like with other like I guess you would call it like the deluxe accessory pack. Like they give you a pedestal, they give you there's some other little pieces for it. I think there's even like little like Barbie sized stools that go in front of it.
Wow. That's good. Shade, what's up, man? Thanks for coming out. Thanks for the bits, man. Appreciate it. Welcome in. We're discussing the finer points of collecting things that we probably don't need, but they're just too awesome.
Right, because
we gotta do it. Yes.
I'll play around with it, but I'm not gonna sit at. Oh, I mean, I guess it is cool though because it does hook up HDMI.
Oh, that's awesome!
So you can hook it to a television and actually play.
Yep. Unboxing stream and then plug it up and play it. I like it.
And they did sell separate controllers for it.
Nice.
Which
that's cool.
I did not take part in that because
that's awesome.
When I bought my you probably got one of those, the little SNK Neo Geo ones.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I bought 2 of the controllers, and I tried it once, and then the controllers just sit on the shelf. So I'm not gonna jump. Awesome. I'm not gonna jump into the same thing with this. We're just gonna buy the collector.
I don't really need it.
Right.
Yeah, Shane. Sega Astro. Yeah, hold it up one more time. I gotta take another look at it too. That is cool. Man, that is really awesome.
Yep, the Astro City.
I like it. That is really cool. Pretty awesome. Yeah, I did get my winnings from the Verizon Unlag Your Friend contest. So I did get an Oculus Quest 2.
Awesome.
Very excited about that. Yeah, never really dove into VR. So I don't know. We'll have to set up a VR stream one day and you see me run into things or I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, Bagoom's excited. He's a VR guy, so he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna try all this stuff out. It's gonna be awesome. Like, okay. I'll have my puke bucket over here, like just
have you done much in the way of VR?
Just actually only at his house. Like when I went up to visit Bagoom, he let me play a bunch of games, and then like at the places you go where they've got them set up to play, did that a couple times, and those are fun. Those are pretty good, but yeah, never really dove into it. So
yeah, you'll enjoy having one.
Yeah, I think it'll be awesome.
Yeah,
it'll be cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited. So we're. My daughter, I think, is actually more excited. Yeah, 100%. She's more excited than I am. So we'll get it set up this weekend, hopefully, and see what we can do. But yeah. So other than that, I haven't really been picking up games or anything. Haven't really played much. I actually didn't stream Wednesday either, and then so played some Outriders. Played a little PUBG. This past week. That was fun, but we and then Guns Gore Cannoli. That was it for me too. So
I've been on. I played Tuesday of the week before. And then I played Monday Guns Gore and Cannoli with you, and then now we're here. It's been a rocky couple weeks, and this next week is not necessarily going to be much better. But it's the end. It's the end of week. The end of the disruptions, and we're gonna get back into getting some gaming on.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So we had kind of an interesting week in I guess pop culture, gaming and alike. Did you see the Venom 2 trailer?
I did.
Oh man, I'll tell you, I like so. I will say, at first, when I first saw, when I was first watching it, Venom's voice sounded different to me. in the beginning of the
Mhm.
trailer, and then as the trailer went on, it kind of sounded like, oh yeah, that was it. But it sounded like a little different. But it was just me. It was just me. But
No,
uh,
I thought the same thing. It's almost,
yeah, like, oh
I think that plays into the place that they're at in their life together now.
yeah, exactly. Like they're bonding more.
He's a little more upbeat.
Right.
So
yeah,
his voice
more,
has a different tone.
yeah, very much so. It's not just those like one line sentences, like those standoffish kind of. It's more,
Right.
you know. I don't want to say symbiotic because, well, you know, but it's becoming a better relationship. Woody Harrelson is Carnage. What do you think?
I like Woody Harrelson. I really do.
Yeah.
And I really don't know what to think about him as Carnage, though.
When I first saw at the end of the first Venom, I was like, I saw the red hair. I knew where they were going. Like before Woody Harrelson even said, like,
Right.
And I was like, it's kind of weird, but I mean, he can pull it off. The guy has a wide range for sure, you know, like
right.
He's sort of stereotyped as like a comedy guy, but he does good stuff.
And I gotta say though too, I mean he's a comedy guy, but at the same time he could play crazy pretty good too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because what was that? Way back when Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, exactly.
And stuff like that. He could dish the comedy.
Yep.
But
yeah, and I don't know if I don't know if you've watched that with me there, Mrs. But yeah.
You don't buy that actor as Eddie Brock. Seems too laid back, kind of quirky. Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Tom Hardy is like there for a while. It seemed like he was in everything, right? Like,
yeah,
it seemed like he was getting like every role across.
Really. Yeah. I mean, he came out what? Bane.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He's been all over the
Bane,
place.
Venom, Mad Max.
Yeah. Did a little Mad Max. Did gosh, he's been all over the place.
And I hope I'm not actually mistaking for any of that stuff. But I mean, yeah, he just like
you're on it.
Yeah, he just came out. Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm going to be in all these big roles.
Right. Yeah, his agent is solid. He's not. He's not a bad actor.
No,
he's not. I think the roles that he plays is good. There's been a couple times I'm kind of like, yeah, really, Tom Hardy, you know. But
I think with Venom, I think with Venom too, it's more of that's the way the direction put him to play the role of Eddie, because. I mean, we know Tom Hardy has range. I mean, we've seen him in the other stuff. So for him to do that quirkiness and stuff that his Eddie Brock is, it's clearly coming from the writers and the director.
Mm-hmm. And it's definitely strange. I don't know. I wouldn't have in the beginning, right? I wouldn't have just said, "Oh yeah, you know."
Mm-hmm. I don't know that I have anybody.
That's perfect.
I don't know that I have anybody else in mind either.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, well, yeah, but you know, so yeah, I don't know. It's
same with the Woody Harrelson casting. I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know who I would want to play Carnage.
Right. Yeah. So what about old Spider-Man, Topher, playing?
Oh, his Eddie Brock,
his original, his Eddie Brock. So, you know, maybe more along the looks and the kind of the scrawniness, because like I'm trying to think of Eddie Brock in the comics. You know, kind of a the underdog, you know, so to speak,
he kind of has that chip on his shoulder of. I gotta do good, like bigger and like I'm stronger than this kind of vibe.
Right.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how to put like what I'm trying to say, but
no, for sure.
He had that try hard nature.
Yep.
To be bigger and stronger than he was.
Right.
So the Venom role just fed that.
Like he was just trying to prove, prove people,
trying to prove
himself, or validate himself. Oh man, William Dafoe. We can't have Green Goblin and Carnage. The universe would explode.
Yes.
Like it would just go pure madness. Yeah, William Dafoe is creepy though. He's crazy. So okay, so side thing that I wasn't gonna bring up, but you know, um, I watched the Without Remorse movie, the Amazon movie, with Michael B. Jordan playing John Clark. It's from the Tom Clancy,
okay.
Jack Ryan
Okay.
world universe, right? So I personally like John Krasinski as Jack Ryan. I love the show, like on Amazon Prime. It's really good. Like I'm a fan. And from Clear and Present Danger, yeah, right. You had William Defoe go down and run like a Black Ops team, right? As I think John Clark. John Clark, yeah. And so now I really want a Michael B. Jordan, John Krasinski crossover. So if anyone from Amazon's here hanging out in chat, make that happen. It was good. It was good. I liked it. I'm not a Michael B. Jordan's kind of a dry, sort of a, not a lot of range as an actor, but I liked it. It was good, worth checking out. So that was the rabbit trail that took me there was William Dafoe. So 100% Hyper Venus's fault.
So yeah, Chris Evans was Human Torch. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, right.
And the fact that in that Marvel package they showed Fantastic Four is gonna have another movie.
Yep.
Well, and it's gonna be MCU. So
like fourth time's the charm. I like the original. I liked the casting of the original Fantastic Four.
Yeah, the Chris Evans ones.
Yeah. I thought they were good. Jessica Alba, and oh gosh, the guy from the Commish. What was his name? As the Thing, Michael
Chiklis, wasn't it? Yeah, Michael Chiklis.
Yep. Oh man, yeah, I liked it.
From Shield, or from the Shield.
Oh, the Shield. That was it. The Shield. Yeah. The Shield. Yep. I thought it was good. I thought that was. I thought that was good.
I did enjoy those ones. So
pretty solid.
So here's a little. Since we're now in superhero talk here, I just got
we sort of gone a little crazy.
I just got to throw this idea in there. Okay, Chris Evans was Human Torch. He's retired as Captain America. His cap's gone. So we in Doctor Strange and Spider-Man were opening up the multiverse. This Fantastic Four, wouldn't that be something? If
that would be
it's Chris Evans Human Torch.
Right.
Still, he's back as Human Torch because that was from a different dimension, different multiverse.
Wow. My initial reaction to that is no. You can't
I don't think they should
that,
do that.
Right?
I don't think they should, but
WandaVision, when they did that with Quicksilver, right?
Well,
it kind of played. It was kind of like, oh, well, that's cool, that's
and not to mention all the talk of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, right. So that's gonna be crazy.
We're gonna have the Spider-Man crossover.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Yeah, it's like we're definitely we're getting into some unknown territory on what they can do with these movies, and it's kind of cool. The other thing with the Venom trailer, Ravencroft, right? Which Ravencroft is like Marvel's Arkham Asylum, right? Right. So kind of interesting that's coming out and playing into it. So I liked the interaction between Tom Hardy and Venom, Eddie Brock and Venom. I cracked up at Venom, just I am a loser too, Eddie. It was really good.
Making breakfast.
Can I eat him now? It was good, right? It was good. So I hope it continues. I hope it does good.
Yeah, I don't want to be too critical of like the trailer because so many people jumped on it because they're like, okay, they're making breakfast and the way they're shouting back and forth. But I'm like, we were already introduced to that's how this iteration of Venom and Eddie Brock interact.
You're exactly right. It Tom Hardy's face dude, he has the world's worst roommate. Like we've all had a bad roommate or a bad, right? And that's literally, and it's like, it's not even a roommate. The thing's inside you, right? So it's, I think the trailer did good setting up kind of just this, okay, we're obviously down the road and the interaction with like Mrs. Chen, you know, how she says hi to Venom too,
Yep.
you know, right? So we've moved clearly in the future from where we were, and there, you know, yeah, exactly, growing pains, you know, and let's not forget there is a time where Venom goes over to Peter Parker, right? Like, so
Yeah.
eventually, right, Venom does leave Eddie Brock. So it's crazy. Ethan, what is up? How's it going? How you been? How you been? But yeah, so I'm kind of like, I think I don't know. I think it's good. I think it's gonna be cool. And yeah, I saw a lot of negativity about the trailer, and I'm like, dude, it's a trailer. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. And it is the cinematic version of it. It's not
Right.
It's based out of the comics, but I mean, as we've seen with Marvel in general, they haven't exactly followed comics to a T. And
that's true.
And if you're expecting them to, it kind of sets yourself up to get disappointed.
Right. And I don't think they should either. I think literary works and big screen works and small screen works, I think they should take their own form. And so yeah. It'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just looking forward to going back to the movies. I'm so stoked to go back to the movies. So I'm ready.
Yeah, see,
I got a buddy in my
I'm of the other camp of I'm enjoying the movies coming home.
Oh, you like them? You like Comes House? Oh,
yeah,
man.
I got my home theater set up, and I'm happy to watch them at home.
Loving it.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Every time I smell popcorn, I'm like, oh.
See,
I'm ready.
See, and that's where my history comes up is back in the high school days, and then after it's like I worked at a movie theater. So
nice.
I almost have an aversion to popcorn to where I'm like,
oh no,
popcorn.
Like that's no good. That's no good.
Yeah, over exposure to popcorn over the years.
Right. It's like I can't stand this stuff. You know, that's awesome. So another kind of interesting thing that came out, speaking of like home theaters and stuff like that, the Xbox is going to introduce like Dolby Vision on the Series X. I think just the Series X, maybe Series S too, but I'm pretty sure it's just the Series X. No, it is S2. So it's already out. And it's going to be basically an advanced HDR format, better than HDR10. So like really vibrant, great, beautiful colors. Like they claim, you know, we're getting close to PC graphics, is what they're saying with Dolby Vision. And
see, that's kind of for me anyway. That's kind of where Dolby Vision and HDR and such is its own separate entity aside from like the graphics comparisons,
right?
Because Dolby Vision has to do with. And HDR, you know, I mean, because it's a form of HDR, all has to do with the contrast and the color capabilities.
The color depth, right.
So, I mean, yeah, because right now, I mean, you can watch 4K movies that way, and you've been able to almost since the launch of 4K. Like the discs is they would come. Some would be Dolby Vision, some would be HDR10.
Right.
And I know a lot of Netflix and Disney Plus stuff is Dolby Vision as well.
It is.
And it's cool to hear that the games are going to use it though. Yeah.
Right. So from the gaming perspective, I'm very excited for that. But it's something that, you know, up until now anyway, if the games weren't programmed, they can't take advantage of.
Right.
We were playing PUBG last week. I had to go turn off all my Series X HDR settings
because it doesn't look right.
It was trash. It was all grayed out, all washed out. The color was just not there. And
hey, Shane, thanks for the bits.
Wow.
Thanks, Shane.
It's kind of crazy, you know. It's like
so, which is which is kind of
I'm excited for it. I am.
Yeah, I think it's going to be nice, and hopefully they implement it with some fixes for like you said, I'm kicking HDR modes on and off and stuff like that because I've got to say, so far the PlayStation is pretty smart about it.
Yeah,
as far as it only kicks on when it needs it.
Right, and see that's something. You know, playing, man, I was like, why does it look so bad? It looks so washed out. Like I couldn't figure out why. Like what was going on? So, it's definitely good. Definitely good that PlayStation's able to do that because hopefully Xbox does it. But yeah, it's kind of annoying. I got to go in and turn it off on my own. But I think making, like I when I wanted a 4K Blu-ray player,
Mhm.
right? I went out and bought a Xbox One S
Oh,
because
okay.
it was the cheapest 4K Blu-ray player you could buy, right?
Mhm.
I could go get a used one from GameStop for, a couple $100, whereas the first 4K Blu-ray players that were coming out, gosh, they were $400 or $500, man. They were kind of expensive. So
Yeah.
um I started picking up all my Avengers movies in 4K, which I'm sure the format will be, now Dolby, and it'll get rehacked like 1,000 times. I'll have to buy them again.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt they're going to do new revisions of it.
Right. Yeah, just constantly. But I am kind of excited for it.
Mhm.
I think I think it's interesting the way Xbox is doing it. So Xbox has always had like their beta testers, like their insiders group, right? And apparently they're calling it the Alpha Ring. I don't know. Maybe that's like they're fighting the Red Ring of Death. I guess I don't know, but right. But so it's kind of one of those like an inside track type beta test for them. So I guess they're using it now. I guess we'll see. Hopefully it does come out because yeah, I'd love to hook it up and watch some movies and stuff. I'm almost more excited for the movies at this point. The games are going to be awesome once they come,
Mhm.
but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I got to say, as far as movies go, too, that back for the players, it's like I ended up buying a standalone player because
Right.
I was actually not satisfied with the HDR output from the
Yeah.
Xbox because
Yeah.
I had a 1S already
Right. Mhm.
bumped up to 4K with my new HDR TV and stuff, and
Right.
it did not. Something about it wasn't kicking into modes properly for HDR.
Ah, interesting. Yeah,
And
interesting.
And so I ended up buying a standalone player. And
Right.
the one thing I got to say that I don't even know if Xbox still does it. Well, I'm sure the Series X does, but I have one movie is that Will Smith movie, Gemini Man.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
Oh yeah.
Now, did you watch it on disc or did you watch it streaming?
I think I streamed it. I think I streamed it.
The one thing, and I'm glad I had a standalone player for it. The disc is actually 4K 60 frames a second.
Oh wow, no kidding.
The movie looks like one of those nature documentary videos.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
It literally looks like you're watching through a window, because of the high frame rate. And
oh wow,
and that would not play back on the Xbox One S.
No kidding.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I'd use my standalone player, so I do go and swap players around. But yeah.
Right.
But
I remember when like the first like the LED, the 240 hertz TVs were coming out. And my Bagoom, actually, my buddy, he got one. Bagoom got one. So went over to his house, he was hanging out in his basement. And he's like, man, you got to see this. And he brought up the scene on Iron Man where Tony first makes a suit and then he goes and destroys the Jericho missiles at the and dude, watching that, yeah, I'm like, man, it's like foul footage. It's like I'm there. Like this is insane. Like it's amazing the picture quality and now it's getting even better, and it's like,
yeah,
so good.
Yeah,
good.
I kind of wish they would release on disc because the only other stuff that has been filmed that way has been, what was it, the Hobbit movies?
Yeah,
they did them. They did them at what, 48 frames a second instead of 24.
Yeah, I think, right.
And
yeah, no kidding. That'd be really cool to get.
But yeah, if you ever get the chance to get if it's a movie you'd even want to watch again, because I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
But get a hold of the disc and watch it.
Right.
It's talk about like to show off what that technology is capable of. Oh my gosh.
Sure.
Yeah. Because
awesome.
Dolby Vision HDR with 60 frames a second 4K is like it's like demo reel.
Pretty awesome. That's crazy. That's awesome. Beautiful. I'll have to check it out. That's sweet. That's pretty cool. So kind of switching gears. Retailers things are going crazy right now in the world. We've talked about Pokemon before. I'm not a big Pokemon guy. We've talked about that, right? Target is going to stop selling Pokemon cards because apparently people are getting violent in the stores. over the Pokemon cards. Like it's completely insane. Like people are. I think someone pulled a gun on somebody.
It's like Black
over
Friday
some Pokemon
every day.
cards. It's crazy, man. It's like people are camping outside the stores when the trucks are being delivered to get these these cards. So Target's like, well, we're just gonna sell them online now. We're not gonna. It's no longer safe to sell Pokemon cards in store. And I'm like, what is happening? Like,
yeah, that's nuts.
This is crazy. And honestly, the biggest drive behind people doing this is they're going and they're buying the cards and they're instantly sending them off to have them graded. And we've talked about that before too. You're grading games and grading cards and things like that. Because I guess the market on eBay right now is insane. Like these cards are selling for a ludicrous amount of money after they get them graded.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what is happening? Like, what is going on? Because I don't know. Like I said, Pokemon, I don't get it. I don't get it for anything. Like,
I mean, I understand. You know, every product, you know, has its following. Like,
sure.
Like, I mean, you know, there's the people who don't understand why we enjoy retro games. Why I would have a quarter scale Pac-Man behind me. They'd be like, oh, why would you buy that?
Right.
You know, stuff like that. And I kind of get it, but at the same time, I'm not running to the store to get my quarter scale Pac-Man and threatening the workers.
Right. It's like, I'm gonna cut you, fool. Yeah. Give me that Pac-Man. Like,
right. There's that fandom, and then there's that crazy fandom.
Yeah, it's like madness, man. It's insane.
To where I don't even know how much it's the fans anymore as it is the people who see a monetary opportunity.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I have stood in line at midnight to get a game. I have stood in line to get a console. I have done all, but
yep, me too.
You know, and none of those events ever turned violent. Nobody ever got out of right. Nobody ever got out of hand, and yeah, right. No kidding. Got to find that good Pokemon card to send off. We'll pay off the house, so it'll be sweet, you know.
There'll be and you figure too. It's like, yeah, you find the kids ones, because I know. I mean, we had at a garage sale, we probably had a stack about yay big.
Yeah.
Probably a good 150, 200, 300 cards or something like that.
Right.
Of the original generation cards that we sold at a garage sale.
That's awesome.
For like...
Actually, that's probably not awesome. You should have kept those.
Yeah. and this was like 10 years ago, you know, that we sold them too. So it was like, you couldn't even give them away at that point. And some neighbor kids, and I'm glad some little kids, you know, wanted to buy them, and they're like, how much? And we're like, oh, you know, and my daughter was like, I don't know, you know, $5 or something like that, just to take the cards. There's probably there were probably cards in there worth $5,000, but okay.
Yeah, right. I don't know. It's funny because you're right though. There was a time where, you know, Pokemon cards went the way of like Beanie Bears and stuff, you know, and like Beanie Babies, and it was like, they were collectible, and like, you know,
I mean, yeah, because even relating back to the retro gaming stuff, there was a time when the NES games were at their, oh, what, you want DuckTales 2? $5. Nobody. Right. Nobody cares about NES games. Yeah. Nowadays,
nobody. Does anyone even still have a Nintendo? Like, what, you know? And I'd say that was probably the mindset, like early 2000s. You know,
right?
You know, it was like not that long ago. You know?
Right when that generation separation of like how I guess you would say we're ending that phase of where Xbox 360 and PS3 games.
Yeah.
Like the PS3 ones were selling because of the whole digital store thing that we talked about.
Oh yeah.
You know,
exactly.
But they reversed that. But 360 games, for the most part, you can go find just about any game you want, and it's going to be
all over the place.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot cheaper than
for sure.
Than it probably will be in 10 years.
Sure. Yeah. Funny. There was an article put out talking about retro games and the definition of retro games, and a lot of people assume that 20 years old is retro games, you know, and GameCube, original Xbox. Like, it's like, holy cow, what? Like, that's not retro, is it? Like, no. Those were new. That was the hot technology, like, so.
What would those be
crazy.
considered, like Silver Age retro?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Silver Age. Maybe that's what we need to. That's how we got to get to is
start
classifying them by their age. Yeah, right. That's awesome. That's cool. Let's see what else we got. Oh, Nintendo.
Yeah, speaking of
Nintendo.
Yeah, not a fan of this move. So Skyward Sword is coming out remastered for the Switch. And with it, they're bringing out a new amiibo. And it is Zelda with Loftwing. Okay, that's cool. New amiibo for the new game. Get some cool function with it. Well, the function that comes with this amiibo is essentially fast travel in this game.
Wow.
Which, that's a bigger function. That's not saying here's a new disposable weapon or something like that. It's
right.
Here's a function in the game.
Wow.
And the issue with this too, people are finding it a little funny because it's also not at the regular price of the $14.99 amiibo. This one costs $24.99 USD.
Crazy.
So yeah, so they raise the price. They put a feature that is an actual function in the game that there's no reason why that shouldn't just be a function you should be able to get in the game.
Right.
Being a remaster anyway. But it's now locked behind an accessory.
Right. And an accessory that, because you can go down to your store and buy any amiibo today, right? Like, they're everywhere,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
There are so many amiibos that you're probably going to pay 4 to 5 times the retail.
Yeah.
Just to even get a hold of a secondhand one.
Wow.
If you can even find some of them.
Hey, Tenacious. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I like it. It's a raid. I like it. Yeah, Pay to win is the worst. Pay to win is just it's so awful. It's so bad. And Nintendo, of all people, they're the ones that are like, oh, don't you pirate our games. Don't you, like, you can't even. There's platforms now where they're making it to where you can't resell games and stuff. Like eBay is starting to take down. Yeah, right. And it's like,
you can't list them.
Man, like, and then they're gonna pull a move like this where you take okay, fast travel is important. Once you've explored an area, nobody wants to run cross country to get back to that area, to open that chest, to farm that loot, to whatever, right? To take a function like that and make it to where you have to buy it to get, I'm like, come on, guys, like, that's just messed up. And that leads, it's awful.
Yeah, it's I'm guilty of, speaking back at Pokemon, I'm guilty of buying something that it's an exclusive lock behind it. The only way in the current era of Pokemon games to get Mew, for those of you who play Pokemon, Mew was incredibly hard to find. You had to actually get it from trading with somebody back in the day. And that was the only way to get it now. It's a one-time use. Once you unlock it off of there, they could be used for other activities and stuff, but you actually get one of the character and that's it. Now, unlike this fast travel though, that was for a character. That is not necessary for the game, doesn't really change your quality of life in the game. Not to mention that there were other methods to get a hold of Mew. You can trade somebody else for it.
Right.
But like you're saying with, the amiibos and how they become rare, you have the issue of not being able to actually buy them or find them or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah, and that essentially when Switch becomes the retro console,
Sure.
You won't have fast travel in Skyward Sword.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are cultivating the resellers market, the scalpers market. They're cultivating this mentality of, because, and it's not because so I can almost be okay with them saying, hey, it's $24 and it's a part of the game. Okay, do you have to have it to beat the game? No, right? So I guess I draw the line there. So I'm almost,
it's not
it's create something.
It's not completely necessary yet.
Yeah, it's not required.
But it feels like they're slowly,
right on that line.
Yeah, they're slowly creeping up towards that line.
Yeah, and but then to not make a million of them, then to not make like. If you're going to create a product like that, every game that's made, there should be one of those also made. And
here's where I had, let's see, according to the Vice reporter Patrick Klepek, he reached out to Nintendo. He says, and this is a quote from one of the articles. So he asked Nintendo if the fast travel in Skyward Sword that's ludicrously unlocked by purchasing an amiibo is at all accessible without an amiibo through a menu or other means. And the Nintendo PR pointed him towards the website for the amiibo. So take that as you will, is what he says.
Wow.
So they did not even field him with an answer, just saying, well, you could buy the amiibo.
Yeah. I mean, it's right here. Right here. This is all you need.
Something that could be, I mean, you always see with games, you have DLC listed, and then like games that have unlockable content, you'll find like fast unlock,
Sure.
like you can, one of the games I've taken advantage of that for was one of the WWE games.
Oh, right.
You can do the fast unlock to unlock all the wrestlers.
Sure.
And I admit I've paid the like $2.99 or whatever to get the unlock.
Right.
Now, they could essentially put fast travel available like that, but by them not offering that as the alternative or something like that for this, you're locking it behind a collectible.
Right. Some crazy, stupid, hard quest even. Make it, if you want to make it difficult, make it difficult. And then people that want to pay for it can pay for it, but people that don't want to pay for it don't have to. And
don't have it 100% sealed behind that.
Right. It's crazy. It's completely insane. Hey, Ethan, thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Resubs, man, sub for 7 months. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Well, welcome back, Ethan. Thank you. I mean, I see, obviously it's a great business move, but if you make 5 million copies of the game, how do you make
5 million copies of the amiibo?
Right.
There aren't going to be 5 million amiibos.
And no, there's no way. No, there's no way. There'll be much less than 1 million, I'll bet.
Yeah.
So
it would make sense if we were to the point with the ability to produce made to order.
Right.
For amiibos.
Right.
Or something like that, to where you put your order in and then you will get one. There's none of this, oh well, if you can't find it at retail, good luck.
Yeah, no kidding. And that it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know if my bot supports those, Ethan. Or actually, I've turned a lot of stuff on turned it off for our VODcast, just so it doesn't do a little crazy things during the VODcast, since we're gonna publish them in other places. But I'll take a peek at it. I'll tell the missus to take a peek at it. But yeah, so Nintendo being very Nintendo-like, I don't know. It's a shame.
And I just hope
it really is.
And I hope that unfortunately, it's going to be one of those things where this thing's going to sell out, and it's going to leave it open for this to happen again. What will be the next feature?
Yeah, for sure. And then it's going to get closer and closer to that point. And just soon, if you want this, if you want that, you gotta pay to get them. That's a bummer. It really is.
Yeah,
it is a shame.
Yeah, and what's funny too is it's the as an aside for Skyward Sword, I guess it's the only amiibo that works on Skyward Sword too. So all those other Zelda amiibos you collect,
Right.
They serve no function, I guess, for Skyward Sword.
I didn't realize that. That's crazy. Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, kind of crazy. Sage, thanks for coming in with the raid. I appreciate that. Welcome, everybody. We are discussing some of Nintendo's non-finer points when it comes to their business model.
Yeah,
it's no good. But yeah, thanks for coming in, Sage. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and they're basically giving ammunition to the scalpers.
Yeah, really, they really are. Yep.
Here, buy these up, and you will be able to make a mint off of them.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you're right. Nintendo, and it's funny, and then they get upset. They get clearly upset by the resellers and by the it's crazy. Right. It's completely insane.
Right, the resellers that they stock.
Right, they're like, yeah, you can't do that, and like, well, but you're creating the environment for us to do that. It's crazy.
Yeah, causing that extreme demand.
Right. Yeah, so Nintendo, come on, guys, like, kind of a bummer. PlayStation, on the other hand, they did just come out and say, like, so I think the biggest thing with the new consoles that everybody says, like, dude, where are the exclusive games? Like, where's everything at? You know, like, where is everything at? And PlayStation just came out and said they're going to drop 25 new games. And at least half of those new games are not going to be spin-offs, continuations, or like in there. Yeah. They're going to be brand new stories. And that's kind of cool. I kind of like that idea. It's been a while. What's the last like big IP you can think of? Not just PlayStation, but most of them are from the God of War is it was kind of a newer staple that's now, right? Like,
I would probably say a Last of Us was probably their most recent.
That's true. And that's kind of that's become kind of a staple, part of their wheelhouse for sure.
They do have a lot of exclusives.
No, and I would say definitely a lot of games and a lot of stories and but yeah, Bloodborne, that's a good one. I do, but not ones, it's like Nintendo's Mario, right? Nintendo's Donkey Kong, which, oh, by the way, I did hear about a new Donkey Kong game, but we'll get to that.
Yep.
So like there's so there's like, it seems like, Halo and Xbox, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even with Xbox, like, okay, what else do you have other than Halo? Like that exclusive, back in the day with PlayStation, Grand Theft Auto, right? That was pure PlayStation there for a while. And so it's kind of interesting. So this is exciting news. Like, hopefully they start coming soon, because I think that's probably the second biggest deterrent to them selling consoles right now is one's availability, obviously, but two, like, I don't think people are just content to like, we'll see. Give me more games. Give me more stuff to play. But
and there's
go ahead. I think continuing the titles that you have, because I think they're gonna Spyro, they're gonna the Rayman, I think they're gonna continue a lot of things, but new stuff is cool. Like, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited for as far as a continued series. I'm excited for Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, there you go.
That new trailer, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It does look awesome.
Yeah, looks like you're watching controlling an animated movie.
Right. Yeah, no, that's really cool. That's pretty awesome. Resident Evil was kind of it started off that way. It was a PlayStation,
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it kind of started off that way, and then I don't know. It's tough to, and I don't know. You have to be exclusive, right? To get that sort of familiarity with, Mario. I don't think we'll ever see Mario on another console. Like,
not in an official capacity. Yeah.
Even Sonic. I don't think that happened until after they sort of decided to put away their console building. So, Yeah. No, that's good news though. So PlayStation, I will say too, Xbox hasn't really committed like that. You know, there's obviously talk of the new Halo, which everyone's looking forward to. Supposed to have Battle Royale in it, so could be pretty cool.
And they are buying. I mean, they're buying some good studios.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. It's like I think they're doing good, but I don't know. I'm still not. I'll be honest with you. With the Series X,
yeah,
I've only played a handful of things. You know, haven't really.
Oh, Ninfan, thanks for the raid. Thank you. Welcome, Raiders.
Awesome. It is awesome. Good.
Yep.
But yeah, I want to see more content. So that was good news to hear. And yeah, like I said, Nintendo is going to do a new Donkey Kong game, which is cool. Not a lot out there about it. It's all like rumors and propaganda right now. But
right.
I've heard, you know, getting back to more of a traditional two kind of like a 2D
the 2.5D style.
Yeah, right. Sort of
some Donkey Kong Country-ish.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Country. The Tropical Frost was kind of like that. So that's cool.
With Donkey Kong too, it's everyone wants Donkey Kong 64, the remake. I'm like, aside from the DK rap, that game wasn't. Yeah, I don't know.
Game was awful. It was bad. It was no good. It was right up there with Mario 64.
Well, thanks, Ninfan. I appreciate it. But yeah,
I had to work. That sounds horrible. Oof. Oof. But yeah, so that's exciting. Not a lot of information about it out, but yeah, I think people want a new Donkey Kong game. I like the Donkey Kong countries on Super Nintendo. I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, Returns and Tropical Freeze were.
Yeah.
I mean, they tried, but it did not have without Rare at the helm with them.
Yeah,
it didn't have the same feel.
Right. 100%. Yep, 100%. Tyler, what's up, man? Hey, I heard you weren't feeling good. Hopefully you're a little bit back in the world. Hopefully, I hope. Saw Shane streaming yesterday. Caught the very end, so it's good. But so another kind of cool throwback to retro. One thing that the Xbox did do, so on the Series X and S, you can actually go in and set, you know, different themes for your backgrounds and things like that. You can actually select the OG Xbox, the flubber background.
Oh, that's cool.
And like the stars and everything, and it's got the same ambient music and stuff. It's pretty neat. It is pretty cool. It's awesome. Oh man, Tyler, that's no good. Hopefully you're feeling better. But yeah, I thought I was like, I'm gonna hook that up. That's cool. I like the original. And actually, it just came out today. Triggered my mind. Somebody released an Easter egg for the original Xbox.
I did see that.
Yeah. So remember the one where if you rip the DVD or ripped a CD and you named it Easter egg or something like that. It would do some special stuff for you. I think like roll a dev team or something. Like, well, now if you name it like Timmy, you know, like I forget. I'm gonna try to hook it up and do it, but it's it'll actually roll credits for you of the actual dev team, the hardware dev team.
Well, wasn't it Eggsbox or something like that?
Yeah, Eggsbox was the original one. Yeah, it was that one, and that was for it was for like the product team or something. It was one of the other teams on there. But this new one is for I think the hardware development team.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
pretty sure. But yeah, I mean, here it is 20 years later, right? And we're just now seeing like some of these Easter eggs that were never found. It might have never been found if this individual they said the reason that they want to remain anonymous. But the reason they put out there was because everyone on the dev team now no longer works for Microsoft. So he said if he wouldn't have put it out there, then it'd probably be lost forever.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
No one would ever know. So it's very cool. Gaming industry question. What do you got? Let's see here. Do you guys think voice actors help to make playing a DLC a thing? Yeah, so paying for a DLC. So I'm okay I'm okay to pay for a DLC, right? But the DLC cost needs to be a direct relationship to the effort and the length and the size of the DLC compared to the main game, right? If the main game was $60 and it's 5 hours of playthrough, right? And then the DLC is 20 minutes. Don't charge me $30 for the 20 minutes. Oscar, thanks so much for the aid. Welcome in, Chicken Farm. What's up? Thank you so much. Hey, anybody that's hanging out, Flawed Sage, Oscar, oh gosh, who just rated you?
Me, Ninfan.
Nymphan, yeah. So
Yep.
man, everybody coming in to raid. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
If you're watching myself or Unbreakable Pixel, 100%, go check those guys out. Great streamers, lot of fun. Oscar, thanks for coming in. I was lurking in your channel earlier too, and you, Sage, before I started. I think I was actually hosting you, Sage, before I fired up. So no, it was good. It was good. So Sage, that's awesome. No, that's really good because I'm okay with paying for DLC, right? Because I think the artists they put in work. It is extra content, but the cost of the DLC needs to be scaled. If it's a skin, if it's a weapon pack, if it's something that doesn't, it's not like another story to play through.
I very rarely.
Yeah, no. But then more specifically, you said, does a voice actor, would they be part of it? Maybe. Like I would think that's a very niche crowd though. Like, so if you're like a super fan of the IP or the voice actor themselves, um, I could see that being a motivator to buy a DLC when maybe you wouldn't, right? But for me personally, no, I don't think that. Who's the guy that does Brock Sampson? He does all kinds of voices. He's actually at one of our conventions. They're having a con this weekend. Gosh, I forget his name. Yeah, anyways, like awesome voice, like a great voice actor. He was the voice of Hercules. Yeah, Patrick Wall. Yeah, you're right, Sage. Dude, that's solid. That's close. You get a cookie. Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, Walburton.
He was the voice of who?
Walburton. That's it. Yep. He was the voice of Hercules.
Really?
He was the voice of Brock Sampson and wait, no, not Hercules. He was the other character, kind of the Gronk.
Yeah, he was Kronk. Yeah.
Kronk.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah, not
I was
Hercules.
Say that's
Kronk.
what confused me. Yeah, if you said Kronk, I would have been like, right, Patrick Warburton. He's Joe from Family Guy.
Yeah, Joe from Family Guy. Exactly. Yes,
yeah.
His voice is amazing. Like I would pay money for that guy's voice. Like he cracks me up.
Or the very beginning for me knowing him is Putty from Seinfeld.
Yeah, Putty from Seinfeld. Yep, Lemony Snicket's. Oh man, he's been all over the place. He was the neighbor in that comedy show. Oh my gosh, it was like a sitcom a few years back. But yep, Putty. That's right, dude. I love that guy. Like that guy's voice is amazing. Like he cracks me up, And if you've never watched Venture Brothers, Brock Sampson is that. Oh man, so funny. That show cracks me up. It's amazing. It's really good. But so like, I'm a huge fan of him as a voice actor. Is that enough to make me buy a DLC though?
That adds a character voiced by him.
Yeah, right. I don't think so. I don't. I will say that for a Call of Duty game, have you seen the Call of Duty commercials that has he always plays the Russian guy in movies?
Gary Oldman.
They call him the replacer. Yeah, no.
I know he did. I know he was in Call of Duty at one point.
Yeah, he was. But... Yep, he was in one. Yep, for sure. Kevin Spacey was in. They had a lot of good, but so you could buy a skin that was basically it would be his quips, and you drove his car, and it was his character in game. I did buy that one. So
that's kind of like Gears of War is. I didn't buy it, but you could buy the character pack that was it like Ice-T?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. So I say I wouldn't, but maybe I guess if it was the right combinations of things, if it gave you some extra stuff to do in game. That's really good. Now, Sage, that's an awesome question. So welcome everybody that has come in. Let me tell you. So this is every other Friday. Pixel and myself, we do just a little bit of chatting of popular culture, gaming news, movies, TV shows, you name it. Anything nerd, right? You know. So
yep.
we like to chat about anything from, like I said, games to movies to books to anything. We both have in our Discord sections where you can post questions, topics, anything you'd like us to talk about or see live. But yeah, so every other Friday we're here doing this, and it's fun. It's a good time. I enjoy chatting with you guys. So it's and 100% while we're live too. Yeah, get out there and check out. Throw stuff out there like Sage just did. That was awesome. That was great. No,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
It was
by all
totally on
means.
topic. It was perfect. That's the kind of stuff we want to talk about. That's where we want to get to with it for sure.
Yeah, we definitely want this to be not necessarily us just talking, but let it be a conversation with everybody.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. That's what makes it fun. 100%. So Oscar, yes, 100%. Yep, yeah, 100%. No, it actually, we used to do every Friday, but we decided to move it to every other Friday, just with jobs and other commitments, and honestly, having enough topics to sort of fill the time. So we did just recently. Actually, this will be our first. We took off last Friday, so this will be kind of the first. Now that we're every other, so yeah, you're not crazy. You're not that crazy. You're kind of crazy, but just not that crazy. So no, you nailed it. You did it right. So talking about DLC though, Destiny 2. So I played Destiny 2 when it first came out. I liked it, played through the game. I enjoyed it. Started doing the raids and stuff like that as they came out. It got kind of stale for me. It sort of turned into kind of the same old thing.
I'm in the same boat.
It just got old.
Early player.
Yeah, and it lost me. And I've actually heard that they have brought a ton of content to the game since I left it. So, ton of new stuff, ton of great things that you can do and everything else. And not enough to bring me back. I haven't gone back to the game.
Yeah.
But one of the things that they've been talking about for a long time is cross-platform play, which if you're a game developer and you're watching or listening to this, cross-platform is the future. Like, you gotta stay with it, Hey, Dance Mother Superior, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. You've got to, oh god, cross-platform is the future. Like, don't make a game that's multiplayer and not make it cross-platform. Like, that's a mistake. But Destiny actually, by accident, I think it's about 2 weeks now. Yeah, right. It should already. You're right, Oscar. You're 100% right.
Yep.
They never give it to us in the right way. You're right, Sage. 100%. Destiny 2 accidentally opened it up with a patch they put out like 2 weeks ago, and all of a sudden, people found their friends on other platforms, and they were playing games with them. And they're like, "Wow, this is crazy. Maybe this is a surprise thing." This and that. Well, Destiny came out and said, "We're sorry, guys. That was not meant to be deployed. It accidentally made its way into the patch. We're not going to have this for you for another year." And they said, "So we'll leave it on for the next week, but then we're going to turn it back off." And I don't like that. I'm like, what? So okay, first off, who's playing Destiny 2 a year from now? Like,
I mean, they're lucky that anybody's jumping on it now.
Yeah, right. I'm like, man, this game has been out forever. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, and then, okay, so if you're doing all this work on Destiny 2, where's Destiny 3? Like, who's working on that? Like, what are you doing? So one, that sets a horrible precedence. But two, you can't. I don't know, man. The mistake was made, and it is a bummer, but I don't think you take it away. And let's be honest, what better way to beta test something, right? Than to just leave it out there. Let people try, make people understand that, like, look, it's not complete, it's not perfect, it's not going to work all the time, but hey, if it works, have fun. This is the future. We're going to get there, and I can't believe you're right, Oscar. They are idiots.
Yeah, there's plenty. There's definitely plenty other games that go early access right out of the gate.
You're right. You're right. And so there's a good question. Would you rather, right? Would you rather wait for a game that was perfect or at least stable, developed, a complete game, or would you rather get it as soon as possible and play it knowing there's bugs? Cyberpunk, perfect example.
I could deal with bugs, but like there were still revisions happening to Cyberpunk, like graphically and sound. Like it wasn't just oops, it crashes kind of things. It's things look different now than they did when they first launched. And to me that would change the experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Has potential to change the experience.
Sure.
So like I don't know if I'd be okay with something like that.
Right.
Right out of the gate to get it that fast.
Right. And specifically, PUBG was kind of the same way when it first came out. This battle royale concept was new and things were, and PUBG, you had to buy the game. Like it was a game you had to purchase and play. Like if a game is so underdeveloped, so not finished, I don't like the idea of paying for it. This idea of buying betas, buying alphas, not a fan. Yeah, Sage, that brings up a huge point. Is like, too, yeah, if you're streaming it, like, and your game's crashing every 30 seconds, like, dude, nobody wants to watch that. Like, you barely want to play it, much less you're trying to create content for viewers. Like, that's just, it's awful. Like, that's awful. No.
And I mean, to a lesser thing, like as far as changes go, but then you have like with PlayStation 5 right now. So what they're doing with games that have been brought up from PS4 to 5 that are, compatible and whatnot, they're patching in 60 frames per second for a lot of them. So I actually never played the original Spider-Man for PlayStation 4. I own it for 4, never actually put time and played it.
Right.
Bought the pack that had Miles Morales and the Game of the Year edition of Spider-Man for the PS5.
Right. Sure.
Played through the first Spider-Man before they had the 60 frame per second patch.
Right.
It's one of those, like, I would have absolutely played with that mode on.
Yeah.
I mean, it was only a mode they were adding, so the game was still perfectly stable the whole time.
Right.
But it kind of like hurts your experience for if you want to play it right out of the gate.
Right.
And
for sure.
You're going to be playing it a slightly different product than what it becomes. So I don't know. Like,
yeah. And that I think Mrs. You're 100% right. If I play a game that is buggy and broken, Outriders was the same way. When Outriders first came out, it had so many flaws in it. And honestly, it took them a month or two to get it fixed. I started playing the game after those flaws were fixed. So I never experienced that. But so many people left the game because they didn't want to deal with it. And they have that sour taste in their mouth. Like they're not going back to it at all.
Right.
And I think you're right. So okay, so it's Cyberpunk, right? If they had waited a little bit longer on Cyberpunk and fixed the things, Cyberpunk would have done much better. Even just like 6 months, even just like 6 months down the road. The problem is, I think it's media. It's our accessibility to these companies and their development teams and the projects that they're working on. They start hyping a game years before it comes out. They start hyping things and then people get excited about it. They get fired up. Well, you need to keep that energy so that you can sell copies of your game. Like that's marketing, right? You got to keep people interested in what's going on. So you keep doing all this hype, and then you get to that deadline and you're like, wow. And this is why I'm with Cyberpunk. Wow, we can't release this game. Like this is not working. This is broken. We can't do this. We gotta fix it. Well, then it got pushed back and it got pushed back and it got, and it's like, I mean, I was able to buy a Cyberpunk Xbox console before I could buy the Cyberpunk game. Like it's madness, right? And so I think that's kind of to blame for some of that too. But the second you convince someone to buy an incomplete game, you're not entering a contract with them to finish the game, to correct the game, to make the game better. I don't think that's good. I don't think that makes a good experience for anyone. And yes, 100%. If I play a game and it's buggy, Fallout 76, my true to heart experience with, a game with bugs, and it ruined me. I never went back to that game. It was such an amazing game. There was so much content that I never got to play through and never did, because I just can't. I can't go back to it after it. Basically one of the main missions of the entire game is working your way up through like the military and launching a nuke on the map. So this open world map, you can launch it anywhere. Man, you could destroy people's camps. You could do. I mean, it was awesome. And then after you launch the nuke and it goes off, it draws in all these crazy high powered creatures. So basically, everyone in this giant open world map comes together and destroys these creatures for all the amazing loot that it drops. It's like so good. And the second we launched the nuke, the game crashed.
Oh, wow.
There was no way to join back to the game. And I'm talking about hours and hours and hours of gameplay that I'll never get back, And it's like, dude, uninstall.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Cyberpunk, I've still never beat it. I've never gone back and finished it. I was 3/4 of the way through the game. Glitchy, laggy, just, you crash out during different missions and stuff. Just, you talk to the same person and it's just no good. So in my mind, there's a balance. You can't go another year, and if you go another year, well, that's bad on your marketing department. They should have never. People shouldn't even know about a game if it's a year out. Like if they would get back to this, secrecy. If they would get back to, man, it used to be like closely guarded secrets, man. Like you couldn't talk about this stuff. You couldn't.
They could,
man. Like
to where they could keep it secret and literally say next week it comes out.
Right,
just surprise drop it on you because it's complete.
Yeah. And that's the thing, but it's not the developers, I think, doing it. I think it's the publishers, the money makers, the people making the money. They're the ones that are like, guys, we got a new game coming out in 2025.
Exactly.
You're like what?
like for a couple E3s ago when they for the next Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, right.
What comes after Skyrim, and I'm just like,
20.
I don't think it was 2025, but it was still like a couple years
23
off.
or 24, right? Yeah. It's like all this hype, and you're like, but it's what is the hype for? Like it's gone now. Like unreal.
Right. Or you have the pushing, the advertising, and trying to get everyone hyped for a game for a console, and then it actually exceeds that console's lifespan and ends up getting launched on the next console.
Right.
Nintendo's done that a few times.
There's one. I think another thing that perpetuates that mentality is pre-orders. I don't like pre-ordering games. I don't like the. Sometimes they throw in bonus content, they throw in this and that, and it's really cool. But man, pre-ordering games, you're feeding into the beast that is these publishers. You're showing them these numbers like, wow, this is going to be great. To where when a developer comes back to them and says, look, we need to wait a little bit on this. We need to push back a little bit on this. The publisher's like, no, I've got 400,000 pre-orders and we're cashing in, and it's like, yeah, Oscar, I'm the same way. I can't remember the last game I've pre-ordered. 100%. Yeah. Overpriced and unfinished games. And that's what we're getting. And I think that's playing into the cycle. And it's a shame. It really is. It's just the second that they found out that they could sell you an incomplete game or a day one DLC game, it's like they started doing it. It's all about money.
I mean, because wasn't it like Cyberpunk started building for that back when it was the original version of the Xbox One.
Right.
It wasn't even the One X, for horsepower. And they were building it back then. I mean, it took that long.
Right. It's crazy.
And
it's insane. And I think the
over promised, under delivered.
Yep. The accessibility of the media and the things, and how they're so just getting everybody hyped up for it. It's like you need to scale that back a little bit. You need to but no one's gonna do that, like nobody's absolutely gonna do it.
In the age of social media, it's all about hype.
Right. Yep. Yeah. And it is. They want to hype you up. They want you to go down and put $5 down on that game. They want you to go, they want you to pre-order it, day one download. They preload. They want, that's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're right, Oscar. I mean, hey, dude, CD Projekt Red, they got 4 lawsuits on them right now for Cyberpunk. Like,
yeah,
it's a shame, but maybe
bringing the class action.
Maybe that like puts some of this in check. Actually gives the industry like, hey, look, don't screw around, man. Like we're here. Star Citizen. Another one.
Yep, that is absolutely
crazy.
Another one.
It's completely insane. So like we were talking about, you guys rated us. Oscar is streamer, Sage is streamer, Nymph fan. I think most of us are streamers, like most of us create content for our communities and do different things. And most of us are on the Twitch platform, which is a good platform. It's why I stream on Twitch. You stream on Twitch, Twitch is cool.
Yes.
Twitch does some pretty awesome things for us. One thing that we talked about a couple weeks ago that I'm not a fan of is these new hot tub streams, right? The category that we're in right now streaming is just chatting. 100% just chatting. We're talking about games, movies, whatever. Up until very recently, I want to say 2 days ago, if you scroll through the just chatting section, it's nothing but scantily clad individuals, not always female, sometimes male, and sitting in a hot tub and not really doing much other than hanging out with a float or whatever. Most of the Twitch community, most of the people that game and stream on Twitch are not a big fan of the hot tub streams. My wife and I had this conversation. Like I'm not mad at an individual getting in a hot tub, doing a stream. Hey, Warlick, what's up? Yep, you've seen it advertised. It was 3 guys in a hot tub. Hey, that's whatever. If you want to, Pixel and I were talking. We're getting the hot tub set up. I'm gonna set it up right back here.
Hot tub edition.
That's right, hot tub edition, man. I'm ready. Warlick, thank you for the bits. Thank you so much. So, okay, I'm not hating on the individual for using the talents, attributes, whatever. If you enjoy doing it, okay, and it falls within terms of service, do it, right? The problem I have is that, one, I don't think it actually falls in terms of service. I think it's sexually suggestive content, and I don't think it has a place on this platform. Especially when it's a platform that's so unchecked. Anyone can create an account, anyone can come on and watch. And to say that they're not doing anything sexually suggestive is a joke. Right?
Plus the whole thing with the attire is
right.
A person cannot stream like we are or playing games with a bikini on.
Right.
But the technicality is they put a little inflatable pool there and say, "Oh, I'm in a pool."
Right.
It becomes
I'm in a
okay.
pool. I have to wear a swimsuit.
It becomes okay because
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm with you, Oscar. I am not a fan. Army Mike, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's bending the rules to the furthest extent. Okay. the other problem I have with it is Twitch, as streamers, we are held to the terms of service. If we play certain music, if we play certain videos, if we do even music contained in video games, we we cannot we cannot do that. We can't play copyrighted music. We can't play. We will get kicked off the platform,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But that same mentality isn't being upheld when you come to things like this. So I've seen a lot of commentary from Twitch that says, "Look, we don't want to shame people for what they're doing. We want to encourage people to do it. We want to, and okay, fine. So if that's your stance, that's fine. My personal opinion." Any revenue that a streamer makes from this platform, Twitch gets half of it, right? And those streams, specifically some of the more popular hot tub streams, yeah, Warlick, I tell you, it's out there for sure. Yeah, content shame, I know,
Hmm.
but a lot of times, these people that are in the hot tubs, they say, "I'll stay in the hot tub longer. I'll do 5 more minutes in the hot tub for every sub I get, for every donation I get, for all the bits that I get." And
those are the tame ones.
Right. Yeah.
Those are the
100%.
tame
Oh yeah,
ones.
for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. Yeah. Then they'll break out different toys, objects, games.
I've come across one that is we'll just say exercising to stay fit while in the hot tub for subs.
Right. And
doing 5 squats for every sub.
Totally not a fan. So
Yeah.
one of the most popular individuals that does this on our platform, I think she probably was one of the first ones to do it. And I'm not gonna lie, she's attractive, she's young, she's never nude, you're right, she's never doing things, but she is right on the line, so again, I don't hate that this individual is using what she has to make a living, right? I know, twisted tea all over the place. I know. I gotta be careful what I say. I don't mind that this individual is doing it. What I mind is that I feel like the standards are definitely different for her. Well, come to find out, last week she lost the ability to collect revenue from the ads played on her streams. It just disappeared. Twitch didn't notify her. Nobody came out and said anything like, "Oh, by the way, we're doing this." Well, what we found out now is that it was actually the advertisers that said, "Look, we don't want our products being associated with this type of stream," right? So that was earlier this week. Yesterday, Twitch came out, created a special category now. What's it called? It's pools, hot tubs, and beaches category now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm telling you right now, if this didn't happen, I'm telling you, yep, Oscar, there's a brand new category now. It's pools, hot tubs, and beaches. And I'm telling you, I'm sorry, Twitch. I love Twitch. I like being on Twitch, but I'm telling you, the only reason Twitch took this action is because their revenue source took action first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. It's because the advertiser said, "We're not paying you." Because remember, half of that ad revenue that she was making, Twitch was making.
Yes, right? Because previously Twitch's stance was we talked about that. It's not an issue. Yeah.
Yep, not an issue. It's fine. We're keeping an eye on it. No problem. Yeah, 100%. So now all of a sudden we hit them where it hurts, right? Now all of a sudden Twitch starts losing revenue money, and I'm sorry, it's a pretty significant amount of revenue money, because the advertiser does not want their content advertised with that type of stream. Now all of a sudden they're taking action. They're taking, they're starting to make these things, and it's like, we've been talking about this for, I think it's been about 2 months now that the community has said, we're not a fan, we're not. And now they're taking action, and that's disappointing to me. And they're also working with the advertiser to make sure that their needs are met, and working with the content creator. I'm pretty sure a quote from their tweet, but that's pretty close. But working with the content creator to make sure that they have avenues and things like that. Sure. And it's yeah, exactly right, Mr. Swinger. There are websites for days. There are platforms for days. There are a lot of places you can go to do that type of thing.
And a lot of them, from obviously what I hear from the community out there talking about it, is a lot of them are using Twitch as the platform simply to advertise for their other showings.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. Yep. And so you can't sit there and tell me that no, this is 100% in line when you're basically using Twitch as a commercial to go to your OnlyFans site, to go to your, other site that might, and what you choose to do as an adult, if it's within the law, hey, do you, like, that's fine. But why does it have to be the platform that was created for such different things, And I'm sorry, it opens up a really bad path of it's got too much visibility there. It's too easy for a kid to go steal mom's credit card and be on the site, be doing the thing, switch over to the other site, and it's like, they're advertising these things. It's really a shame. Yeah, that is true. That is true. It is very interesting that after they had the town hall, they did have a town hall come on. They said, we're going to do this weekly. We want to be open and transparent. Twitch did. We're going to be open and transparent with you guys on our terms of service, changes to the terms of service. They haven't had one since. So I don't know.
Yeah, that is kind of funny. You're right.
Yeah, it's a little weird, right? Like they're going to do this weekly thing, and then
we said weekly. At least we went 4 weeks before we decided to go bi-weekly.
Yeah, right. Before we pull back. Yeah, exactly.
But
and then we kind of let people know.
They didn't even make it to the second.
No, yeah, no way. Like, not at all. And it's just, I don't, I can't believe that they'd have the audacity to look you in the eye and tell you, oh yeah, no, it's fine. It's totally cool. I'm like, she's wearing a string. Like, it's not even a swimsuit. Like, it's a string, right? Like no, no.
And as far as the fundamental of, you're allowed to wear bathing suits only when it's appropriate for your surroundings on Twitch. So if you're swimming or in a pool and stuff, the fact that you're leveraging that technicality in your favor by saying, well, I went to Walmart and bought a $20 blow up pool.
Right.
If you were literally out on your deck, out in your pool, or out on your patio by the pool,
streaming from the beach,
which I gotta say, I've actually come across ones who were literally at like a pool,
right,
and they were actually being, well, for one, they're not doing that suggestive stuff because they're out in a pool where other people see them, and they're actually like, I'll admit, it's like, I've checked through some of them. It's like they're actually talking to people, chatting it up. They were actually engaged, like, conversation as a streamer.
Yep.
But some of these other ones, it's like, quite literally, they're there just to play on their phone while the donations come rolling in.
Riding a banana float and just getting money.
Hey, Tony, thanks for the raid. Welcome.
Hey, Tony, nice, that's awesome. So I think Twitch is doing the right thing. It's sad that they had to get hit in the pocketbook before they took action. I think having a separate category is a step in the right direction. I still don't think they should be on the platform. I still think there should be some sort of I don't know, because the platform is way too open for someone. You don't even have to have an account.
That's true.
I mean, you don't even have to verify anything. You just click the link, and it's
course,
like,
Tony.
Unreal.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think a lot of at least what my issue was, the fact that they now have a category, I think alleviates a lot. In my opinion.
Yeah, sure.
I don't really have issue now, but before it was simply, if you look at, like, and watch people who do just chatting,
Right.
You would get suggested them in your feed because you watched the OG VODcast.
Right.
Here's 3 pool streamers.
Yeah. It's like, hey, we noticed that you watched some Just Chatting.
Yeah.
Here's a G-string bikini for you. Rock and roll. You know,
right.
Like it's
so at least they actually separated that into 2 different.
Absolutely.
And to me, I feel that is a huge step in the right direction.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 100%. No, for sure. Yeah, I could see taking those and put them on a totally different. Yeah, make it like twitchafterdark.com or something, you know, right? But yeah, Mrs. Totally. If we were out and about, if we were gonna do an IRL stream where it was like, hey, let me show you guys where I live. Let's go spend a couple hours. We'll go drive around town. We'll go out to the beach. We'll go, right? Yeah, I mean, you're gonna see people walking around with swimsuits on, but it fits into you know, the I guess the environment where you are, you didn't create the environment to enable yourself, you know. It's like the environment just was the environment.
So I mean, I'm not like that's gonna happen. Like we said, OG VODcast, the hot tub edition.
100%.
But at the same time, so does that mean I could just throw my green screen up and have like one of those beach screensavers with the waves rolling in?
Oh yeah, right.
And not even have a pool at all?
Yeah, you're at the beach. You know,
I'm
you're
at the beach.
Yeah, virtual beach, but the beach is all the same. You know, it's true. They if they're not going to, they claim that they're going to, establish more rules in the future. But kind of like the missus said, they also said that they were going to give us weekly updates of things. So balls of your court, Twitch. You know, like it's funny.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I do feel that was a huge step, though.
No, 100%.
Because now you can watch Just Chattings and not be recommended things that are not Just Chatting.
Right. And that should have been done. That should have been done right away.
Right.
That should have been done. 100%. So,
and to be honest, I think I almost feel like that is gonna create its own issues for those streamers, because now they're all in the same pocket together. Right.
Now you're actually comparing apples to apples.
Yes.
Or watermelons to watermelons. It just depends, you know?
Exactly. I think that's kind of an interesting perspective to have 100%. On that.
Yeah, no, and I do. I think that keeps it. I'm just saying, you know, I'm just throwing it out there. I think it does keep things
summer homegrown, summer store bought.
That's true. You know, it's like you know, that's the way it goes. Yeah. That's the way it is. And now you can actually, as you're selecting which hot tub stream you like to watch, you can decide for yourself, you know.
Yep.
You don't have to scroll through the OG VODcast to see the hot tub stream. So it's good. It's good for everyone. It's just great.
Yep.
But yeah, so no, interesting news out of the Twitch camp. We'll keep talking about this, I'm sure, because I will say I enjoy being on this platform. I think it's a great platform for streamers.
Absolutely.
They have evolved this platform over the years, and I like it. You know, it's like just because they decide to do something.
Where else can you actually have a platform to live stream yourself out there?
Right.
We're so fortunate to have this opportunity to do this, and
absolutely
to have interactions with other people in chat, and without incurring a huge fee of your own.
Exactly. And so I'm okay with it so far. I'm glad they did something, but we'll see how it goes. The other awesome, I guess, legal thing that's going on right now, is still going on. I don't think it's closed out yet. I think it's supposed to close out next week. Is the Epic versus Apple? That I still go back to, and we talked about it last time. I can't believe they let this case go to court. Like, I'm so surprised that because they're having to release so many of these behind the scenes, you know, transactions and business deals and emails and things like that within the industry. That's like, wow, it's really painting kind of a different picture of what gosh, what these companies wanted to do. So last week, I think it came out that Epic offered Sony like $200 million to host some of their first party titles on their platform, on the Epic Games platform. Um, it they actually offered it to Microsoft and Nintendo also, but Sony's they started to get some traction. Like Sony was like, well, we could do that. Like that'd be kind of cool because I think Sony sees their competition as Microsoft, and Microsoft has Game Pass. So obviously Microsoft wasn't really into the idea because they've got Game Pass, but Sony doesn't really have that. Not I guess not as popular as I mean they do, but so it's interesting that some of that's coming out, but man, like $200 million just to like they don't want to own it, they just want to host it. They just want to like, hey, can we put this on our page? And it's like, gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's a stupid amount of money to just like host a game.
So yeah,
like
we want to carry your product in our store.
Yeah, right.
You take all of the money, but we just want to have it there.
Yeah, completely insane. And it turns out, hey, no problem, Sage. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for raid again.
Thanks, Sage.
It turns out too, like all the free games that we've gotten from Epic over the last year or so is them fighting off these other stores, them trying to generate hype on their platform so that they could sell that to these other companies, to Sony, to Microsoft, to Nintendo. I will say Nintendo, I don't even think Nintendo responded with we're not interested. I think they just completely ignored the offer altogether. So I thought that was funny too.
Nintendo left them on read.
yeah. They were like, we got this amiibo thing working right now. I don't think we're gonna be able to
Oh yeah.
Sorry guys, we can't. But yeah, if you look over the last year, the Epic Game Store has put out some pretty awesome games. In fact, right now, NBA 2K21, the brand new NBA game is free right now on the Epic Game Store. If you're on PC, go check it out. And they're doing a big sale this week. I think it's just this week. And they're doing a new game. It's supposed to be like AAA titles, like every day. Like really good titles. But yeah, NBA 2K21, that's pretty awesome. That's a $6 game wherever you go. So,
oh yeah.
Having it for free is pretty cool. So, I know in my Discord, I have a section on like free games, and I've got a bot in there that actually publishes like the new free game and stuff like that. That's how I keep up with it. And actually, Bagoom does a really good job. Bagoom's the thriftiest guy I know. Like the guy is just he can find a deal. Like it's crazy, but he posts a lot of free games in there too. But we got like a free game section of the Discord. Is cool, but yeah, like some of the games that they're coming out with is pretty awesome. And now you see why. Yeah, there he is, 100%, man. My man knows. My man can sniff out a deal. He's like, nah, I can find that cheaper. And he's like a bloodhound, man. He's on it. He's on it. We should do a whole section when I like the weekend news or something. Be like cool deals with Bagoom or something.
Oh yeah, it's like and now the weather, but it's like and now the deals.
That's right, and now we've got some cool deals, Yeah, right. Yeah, Gumi, that's 100%. But yeah, no, Epic Store does have some good games right now. I haven't checked the new one that came out today, but another one was coming out today. It was a surprise one. I don't know exactly what it was, but
see, I gotta say I'm guilty of not actually. I never purchased anything from the Epic Store yet. I've only done their free games.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah, I don't even have my. I don't even have my payment information in there.
Yeah, I don't think I do either. 100%. I don't think I've ever, because I don't do the Fortnite thing.
Right.
I don't think I ever have. I think every single game I have in the Epic Store is free game.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Drac has actually got a creator code. I'm like, if I ever buy anything, I tried entering his creator code for a free game, and they were like, yeah, no, we're good, right? So talking about Saturday Night Live, right? The crypto. Do you do anything with cryptocurrency? You bought into Bitcoin?
I have not at all. I've stayed strong and have not done it.
I like it. Oh, that's good. That's probably the best way to live. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. So I jumped onto the hype of the Dogecoin, right? The Elon Musk, the meme coin, right? So here's a currency, right? Yep, mine on the 39. Yeah, you could do some mining, man. No doubt. You could. I see 3090s making like, I don't know, 20, 30 bucks. I think every couple of days or something. But yeah. So anyways, it's interesting. I've started mining again, just to a little bit of extra income, right? And so this Dogecoin was like a meme. It was literally created as a joke, and for a long time it was pennies. It was less than pennies for a while.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, people started. Mark Cuban got behind it. Elon Musk got behind it. Like all these people were jumping on this bandwagon. Like, oh yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. You got to get in it. Got to do this and that. So I jumped into Dogecoin. It was like 28 cents, I think, is when I bought into it. And I didn't spend a ton. I a little bit. Nothing you're not afraid to lose. Right? Because
it's the safest way to do it.
Right. So creeping up towards him hosting Saturday Night Live, man, it was creeping up, man, at 50, 60 cents. 72 cents is I think where it maxed out at. He goes on Saturday Night Live, does a joke skit about the crypto
being a hustle.
Coin being a hustle. Yeah. And then it crashes, man. It just Funny thing, I woke up, like I fell asleep before Saturday Night Live started, and I woke up and I looked at it and I was like, well, it's still like 68 cents. I'm just going to sell it. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to go to bed. I'm not going to worry about it because I was going to hold out. I was one of the ones that was like, I want to see what it does.
Oh, so you did sell it?
I did. I sold it at 68 cents. So I doubled my money in essence, right? Yeah, no, not bad. And then I wake up the next morning and I use Robinhood to trade it. The app crashed because everyone was trying to get in, trying to get out of it. It tanked down to back down to 30 something cents. It was the perfect storm of awful. So it was very interesting. It's crazy, this mindset right now. And I'm just sort of following it as like an outsider because I'm not diving in. Like I always look at it like maybe, but seeing this mentality of one, you got people on Twitter making statements about a currency and it changes the value of the currency. It's like, okay, that's not stable, right?
Right.
That's not a good place to be, especially when it's like Elon Musk, because that dude will come out with some craziness.
Yeah,
you never know.
Looking right now, it's at 35.6 right now.
Yeah, 35.6. So earlier this week, it popped back up into like the 50-cent range. So again, right? Okay, so you buy in at like 30 cents, and then maybe it hits 60 cents. You double your money, you get out.
I do regret not taking a chance when one of my friends recommended that I should jump in with him because it was when it was 4 cents.
Oh, right. See,
and he's like, you got to get in on some of this, and I'm like,
right.
But 4 cents. I could have 10 times. I could have 10 times my money.
Oh yeah, easy. Yep. And that's tough. That's tough to imagine taking a stimulus check, right? And just dumping it into it, right? Just to see, why not? I know. I actually found an old Bitcoin wallet. So back in the, I'd say 2010s, something like that. I think Bitcoin was sitting around $50 a coin, something like that. 30 to $50 a coin.
I passed up buying those too.
Oh no! So I used to subscribe to websites and stuff that one of their payment methods was Bitcoin. So I would go buy Bitcoin to just subscribe to websites, and I had a wallet that had 10 Bitcoins in it, I think it was 9. No, it was 10 Bitcoins. And I found in a folder buried in my computer, just going through files earlier this week, I found a screenshot I took of a transaction. It was a subscription to one of those sites. And I was like, oh, wow, it still says there's 9.1 coins in there. I'm like, dude, that's like $400,000 right now. I'm like, holy crap, dude. I'm like, oh, I gotta find this. Man, this is awesome. So I hit up a goon, like, man, I'm trying to. So I had all to recover a Bitcoin wallet is like breaking into Fort Knox or the CIA mainframe. It's madness. So I went through the whole process of recovery. There was nothing left in the wallet, needless to say.
Oh.
So, yeah, I'd have crunk cups everywhere. We'd have new cameras, new lighting,
You'd have a
hot
crew
tub for sure. Hot tub will be, 100%, crystal everywhere,
Yeah,
So,
that's
needless
probably
to say,
that's probably about where I was about 10. It was about 10 years ago or so. Some of the video software that I use, that some of the video plugins and such from the site, they took Bitcoin as currency.
Yeah, right.
And
exactly.
you could buy them, and I'm like, I should, but I'm like, I don't really know much about it at that point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, PayPal.
Right.
And I just did that. I should have bought.
Yeah,
I should have bought them.
That's what I always did too. I would buy just enough to pay for, or like to pay for a couple months. And I'm sure what happened was I had a subscription. It probably just took out every
Kept
month,
taking
and
it.
then I don't even remember which website it was. Something for games, some gaming site. But yeah, I'm like, dude, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
that would be pretty nice. But
I guess that goes the same with hindsight. Even like us being retro collectors, think if we had all our childhood stuff still in box and we never opened it.
I would take like a time machine back to like 1989 and just clean out every Kmart and Walmart that was getting rid of all their NES for SNES and like all the, oh man.
Yeah.
I would just and then get a storage unit and then just pay like 40 years worth of storage unit and then just dude.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, like open it up today, it's like, oh look, I have a case of Little Samsons.
Hey, right, just hanging out. Sealed. Oh, maybe we'll get some of these graded. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Completely insane. But yeah, so I dabble a little bit in it. I buy and sell it. I mine it. Mining it's not bad. It's not a bad little side hustle. Make a couple $100 a month,
That's cool.
Little play around money. So one thing it's the store actually with the crypto. So there was a site for a while that was running where they were taking crypto donations to get in raffles to get the possibility to buy one of the new consoles or one of the new video cards. I think I remember their website, but I really don't want to say it because that's horrible. Don't do that. Like that's awful, right? So Xbox X and S and the PlayStation 5s, right? They're still not available. Do you have them up there? Have you seen them popping around? Like
I have not seen them locally.
And no stores, stores that I've seen has had one in it yet. And it's like
the closest. I mean, I've come across GameStop's website having a bundle with a couple Series X's, but aside from that, I have not seen a PlayStation anywhere.
Yeah, that's how I got mine was through GameStop's website. But like, I don't understand what is happening. Like, why? I don't get it. Like, I never before, and I think when every console's come out since like even PlayStation 2, I remember having availability.
Now it would have calmed down. Yeah,
right. But it's like it's settled out. Things are back to normal. They're on the store shelves. Why are they not in stores? Like what on earth is happening? I don't know if they think that not having them in stores is I don't know. Like what's the advantage to that?
I still think we're hurting from just stock shortages in general.
Sure.
Just the same because the same with the graphics cards. Like I've never been months out from a graphics card launch and not been able to just go online and buy one. Right.
Just buy it. Yeah. And the whole pre-orders thing is not like, so even as companies get stock in, like why not do pre-orders? Like they do pre-orders for everything else.
Right.
Like let me go in and put $100 down and then the 45th Xbox you get, it's mine. Right. Like it's crazy. It's kind of strange, but
yeah, because I remember they did that back in the 360 days.
Yeah, right.
At GameStop, you can get on the list. There's no guarantee how far down the list you are, but you got on the list.
And I think that by just posting online, the bots and the people that are using the bots to buy it up, the scalpers, the resellers,
Mm-hmm.
you're just perpetuating that.
Right.
You're creating an environment where it's easy for them to get, and these bots are pretty sophisticated. Like it's crazy how they can just reach out and snatch the order up before you even have a chance.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, because they don't even have to go through the clicks, and
No,
that's
no,
the
absolutely
crazy
not.
part.
Yeah, it's like I think GameStop. One of the ways GameStop was doing it. In fact, how I got my Series X was they didn't post it the same link, right? It was always a different link.
Mm-hmm.
It was always set up a different way. So I think maybe that helped, but it's still, it was still susceptible. So it's like the only thing it's not susceptible to a bot, unless Terminators exist, is to sell them in your freaking stores, man. Like put them in the stores. Like
Right.
I don't. It's crazy. I don't get it. But I guess Target did something recently, right? Like
Yeah, Target is finally putting their restocks for the Xbox and the PlayStation online immediately when the stock goes in. They're no longer doing the on this date at this time we're going to release these Xboxes.
Yeah,
basically telling everyone, get your bots ready, 10 a.m. Saturday morning.
Right. Yeah, at this day, at this time,
Yep.
100%. We're click here.
And
in fact, have it preloaded.
As I say, and no 10 a.m. Saturday morning is nothing. I've just made that time up. So don't.
Yeah, right.
Nobody get hyped if you're looking for one.
Right, exactly.
now, if that does happen tomorrow, then I'm also going to the store and buying a lottery ticket.
This is true. Yeah, get one for me too. I'm ready, man. That's awesome.
But it was nice that now as stock happens, they're just going to put it live on their site. So there's more chance of someone running into them. But also Target, I noticed too, is when you do go to it, it is for pickup in store.
Right.
At least then someone has to actually go to a store and pick it up.
Right. You can't be cross country getting it.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's pretty good. Maybe I have this like secret underground network of people that go spot them out. Like I don't know. Okay, so
you never know.
What that? Yeah, it could. Maybe there's this whole underground. This brings me to the popular, unpopular opinion of the week has to do with scalpers, right? So we've all seen with the consoles and the video cards and everything. Dude, people are getting them. I can go on Craigslist, Facebook right now, and they're selling for double, sometimes triple retail, right? So here's my unpopular opinion. I don't think that scalpers are evil. I don't think scalpers are bad. I think we live in America and scalpers can do anything. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just going to say it. Here's the deal. First off, okay, so let's define what we're talking about, cuz I collect retro games, right? There isn't a game on the wall I paid MSRP for, right? I didn't pay for some of these games what they sold for back in the 80s, right? Sometimes it's less, most of the time it's more, right? So I think when you're talking about scalpers, when you're talking about anything that's marketed or on the market today, right? So anything that you can go in a store and buy, vice, buy from a private party. I think that's when you get into where people really don't like scalpers and they don't like resellers and things like that. But for my mindset, if an Xbox Series X costs $500, right, and then you throw tax on it, wherever your tax is, so if it's $550, if that's what it's going to cost you to go to a website, go to the store, go buy it, I am 100% okay paying $650 to an individual that has gone to the store, done the legwork, gone to the website, subscribed to the bot, and got the bot to mail it to them. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with it. Like I don't. I see the posts on Facebook where and so that's my mindset. Now, am I gonna pay $1,000 for an Xbox? No, no. Me personally, absolutely not. Like I'll just wait. Like it's not that important to me, right?
Right.
But what's the difference between me paying 600 for it or me paying 1,000 for it? Right? It's my all of a sudden it's not the inherent issue you have with the individual selling it for a profit. It's your value that you're adhering to. Like it's basically what you're putting on the object you're buying.
Right.
Right? Think things are only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. Oh, my dad taught me that years ago, right? So
That's truth.
it if it's worth my time and money to let someone else do the work, like I can't I wouldn't even I don't know if I'd call it even ethically gray. Like I mean, America was founded on capitalism, right? Capitalism is the buying and selling of goods, at its heart, right? So I don't understand people, and I see on some of these posts, man, people, yeah, right, yeah, well, that's true too, that's true, but the parent could also go to that dude and pay 600, 800, 1,000 for it. So, the parent still had an opportunity to buy it, just not at the price that they wanted to buy it for. Um, I again, I know what I'm willing to. Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, I see these posts and I see, gosh, I see, man, such hate and animosity of people. And don't get me wrong, I've said it. I've said it. I'd be like, man, what a jerk! I can't believe this guy. What a clown! I can't believe it. Like I've been that guy. I've been,
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I'm kind of just like, yeah, but whatever. It's their hustle. It's what they're doing. Um, the people that perpetuate. I remember the Hatchimals. I remember the Hatchimals, and my daughter didn't get a Hatchimal, and I was very upset by it. And then there was one guy that had like 40 of them. Just went and bought them all. But if I really wanted my daughter to have a Hatchimal, I could have just paid the extra money. It's only money, right? Like,
yeah,
it all comes down to what you value it, and how you value your time and how you value your, so I think a lot of people would disagree here, and they think no, scalpers are evil, they are the worst, but I also think that there's a point where you can't I don't know, you can't hate them for doing it, because as long as people are willing to pay it, why would they stop?
I mean, yeah, I mean that translates even into the retro gaming world. Like you said, it's like
right.
Value. People put value on something that's rare, harder to come by.
Right.
It's going to sell for a higher ticket. So why is someone not going to charge? Like, if I, which I don't, if I had an NWC cart,
right,
and someone's looking for one that I know, I'm not going to just say, well, I mean, it was technically free because it was given to all the people who competed in the contest, so I guess it's yours.
Right, exactly.
You're not going to do that.
No, 100% not.
You're going to be like, okay, well, so many people want this. So many people have already sold theirs for this much. Why am I not going to sell it for that?
Right, exactly.
Did I pay that? Probably not.
Yep. As someone that like buys and sells retro a lot, right? I use eBay sold listings to determine how much something's worth.
Right.
Because that's a real-time look at a community of people that are buying something. And I'm telling you, as soon you take a typical game, you take oh, you know what? I've got one right here because I'm actually thinking about cashing in on this one. Silent Hill for the original PlayStation. This game has always been a $100 game, like right in there, 70 to 100. It's $250 now on eBay. and that's what other people are paying for. So
sealed Astro City.
Right.
Limited run games out of stock.
Right, exactly. So now no one can get it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You're exactly right.
Should I ask for this? I only paid $20 for the game. Should I only get $20 for it? And this goes back to my first point of I think current production things are a little different from out of production things. But
right. And yeah, because I don't feel, and I've actually heard a couple other streamers who I follow talk on social media, and they mislabel resellers as scalpers.
Right.
They're not scalpers in the definition of term, because scalpers are the ones who would go buy up the stock with the intent to sell it at an exorbitant rate.
Right.
Right. I mean, I'm not misunderstanding, am I? I mean, that's what I've always thought, is that they're the ones who will go, I'm going to buy 5 Xboxes.
Right.
Not just my Xbox, and then I turn around and sell my Xbox. I'm going to buy 5 because I'm going to sell them.
If you are okay with someone that bought a 1966 Mustang in 1966 for $3,200 and then selling it for $20,000 today, right? I mean, hey, that's the value of the vehicle now. Like that is, and value isn't some. It isn't a formula. It isn't an equation. It isn't scientific law. It's, well, this is what they sold for because this is what people were willing to pay over the years. And that number has gone up and up and up and up and up as the quantity of units available has gone down, as the condition of the Mustang or whatever it is in question has gone up. The same thing happens today. It's just a shorter time frame.
Right.
If I go out and do the work to buy, and I'll be honest with you, I've done it with things. They're limited run games and stuff like that, where just like your Astro City, I have bought things knowing that I'm gonna resell this like 100%. Like the NES consoles, the mini consoles when they came out. The first run of them, they said, well, we're only making so many that we're not going to make anymore. Well, you just spoke to my inner reseller. You just hit me up. Seafish, what's going on?
That's true.
You just told me that I could buy 2 of them, sell one for the price of both of them, and then I got mine for free.
Right.
And 100%, I did it. I did it a couple times over, and I don't feel bad about it. Like, now I also ended up selling a couple of them to friends for the exact price. But yeah, no, I think going out and buying the entire stock of something. I do like seeing stores putting limits on things when they have these items that are going to be, they're going to have value. They're going to have resale value. I like seeing stores put limits on it. Make it difficult for an individual to do that. Yeah, exactly. Don't go buy all of them.
Right, because like if you want to go buy a PlayStation 5 and try to sell it for $1,000, go buy a PlayStation 5 because you found a PlayStation 5.
Yep.
Don't stock up a whole fleet of PlayStation 5s, and that is your main method for income.
Yeah. And then you see people that take the pictures of like 40 of them on their kitchen table or something. You're like, you're just being a jerk. Like, you're just trying to troll everybody, and like, that's gross. It is gross. But
now, if you did the legwork and walked into them, individuals,
the idea that
I could sell my 3090 right now.
Yeah, right.
And probably make money. Absolutely.
The idea that you don't like that someone paid X amount and now they're trying to make money on it. Dude, that's America. That is what we do here. We've got we've got the stock market, the Bitcoin we were talking about, the cryptocurrency, all of it. We all want to buy low, but I think it gets a little different when you start talking about that, because it's sort of like it's like a victimless crime, right? Like you're not taking away. Yeah, the housing market right now, 100%. I am not gonna sell my house right now because our housing market down here is great. I'm not selling my house for what I paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, same up here. Yeah.
So it's like I don't understand all the hate that comes from, especially on the internet. People that if you spend your day scrolling through the internet and you see things you don't like and you feel that need to pull out the keyboard and just change their mind or change their way of thinking or tell them how they're wrong, just keep scrolling. Like, you're not going to change their mind. You're not going to make it better. It's just, and honestly, it's only going to frustrate you and aggravate you. Just ignore them. I'll tell you, you want to see all the scalpers die? Stop buying from them.
Mm-hmm.
Stop buying from them. And then you know what they're going to do? They're going to go return those Xboxes, and then you'll also have stock that you can purchase at MSRP. Mm-hmm. So if people would stop buying from them, the scalpers would go away. But just because you're not willing to pay $1,000 for an Xbox doesn't mean there's not someone out there that is.
And clearly they are. there
exactly.
Are plenty.
Because they're still selling them. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I made $500,000 a year, I would not have a 2080. I'd have a 3090. You know what I'm saying? I'd probably have a garage full of 3090s farming Bitcoin right now too. Right? So it's like because your value of things changes. It's
you wouldn't even have to wait to find one. You would just be like, and here's one purchase.
Yeah, whatever. Cool. I'll take it.
Buy now.
And if the way you value things, that's what comes into question. If you don't value it, man, move on. Like don't get it. If you do value it, jump on it. It's like you have to determine whether that thing is you'd rather have the thing than the money.
Right.
And I mean, sometimes, dude, I've overpaid for things. A lot of the games back here on the shelf, you find a game, you find a $50 game, someone's asking $80 for it, and you're like, well, it's only a $50 game, but man, this is the cleanest copy I've seen in a while, or I haven't seen this game in 100. Dude, I got no problem spending an extra $30, like, so.
Yeah.
I don't think scalpers are as evil as they're made out to be. I don't like it. I hate seeing the picture of 40 Xboxes when I can't get one. I hate the guy that's selling. There's two guys in my area right now. I don't know how they keep doing it, but they keep getting 3080s, 3090s. And they're every week there's a new post from the same people. And there's so much hate. But then, a week later they're sold too. So what can you say? You can't hate it, So, but that's me. Don't hate the
player, hate the game.
Yep, don't hate the player, hate the game, man. And that's it. It's the game that's
and that's the thing. It's like, you have a seller doing that. That's because there's a buyer that'll pay it.
Exactly. The second they run out of buyers is the second they quit wasting money on it.
Yep.
So if you really want to stop it, don't buy them. Don't do it. But yeah, you hate them both. I like it. And the buyer, I like it. Yeah, they probably do work for Best Buy. Have an inside track or something on picking them up. It might be. You never know. But well, that is pretty much what I had for this week. How about you?
Yeah, same here.
Pretty wrapped up. So I know you got about one more solid work week ahead of you.
Yeah.
Before freedom.
Yes, freedom. We will be free.
So one more solid week.
Basically, starting in June, we'll be back in business.
Nice, very cool. Yep. So not a lot of plans for streaming or gaming next week.
Yeah, not this coming week.
Yeah, gonna be pretty loaded up. Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, I might pop a stream in there somewhere, but I couldn't even say when.
Gotcha. But that next week, oh man, Pixel's back, baby.
Oh yeah, yep.
Back with a vengeance for doing like a 48-hour stream, right?
Oh, if only.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I do have vacation to use now, so
yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Take a week off and week off in June and just do one of those sleep and awake on stream.
Right. Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm gonna drain my hot tub and take a nap in it. You guys just hang out, you know.
Do a super subathon.
Yeah, we got June 9th is our end of school here, so man. I'm actually okay with putting it off a little bit, you know, because I like having the kids at school. It's okay.
Yeah, I think ours ends like, I want to say it ends on like the 4th or something like that.
Right.
But my extra overkill late hour stuff that ends on the 28th.
Gotcha.
That's the last day of it.
That's cool. I don't know what I'm coming up with. I've been talking to a buddy. We got into some PUBG last week. I had some fun with that. We've been playing Outriders. I talked to a buddy, my buddy that owns the arcade, Rad Junk on Twitch. And we've talked about doing some co-streams, like fixing, repairing boards and stuff like that.
That'd be really cool.
You know, maybe like a weekend type. So yeah, I think it'd be fun to really break into, you know, troubleshooting and stuff. I've done a little bit with him on his channel, but I've never set up and co-streamed it along with him. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. But maybe we get something like that put together. But yeah, I mean, kind of a slow week, I think.
Yeah, we definitely. I mean, I think we got the co-stream thing pretty much worked out. I think it works well.
Definitely. Yeah, this has helped me learn a lot for trying to set that up. So it'll be good.
Oh yeah.
I think too, seeing like Shane and Tyler earlier talking about like their setup with the multiple cameras and stuff. I could see something like that in a work area or something.
Oh yeah,
I got dreams, but
yeah, because you could have the camera on you, have the nice overhead camera.
Right, exactly. Kind of showing what you're working on, how you're plugging stuff in, and yeah.
Yeah. You could do.
We'll see how it goes.
Do a really nice stream there.
I'm hoping it comes out nice, and he's pretty fired up. He's been pretty busy too, but I think he's getting ready to I don't know, maybe we'll start streaming again on the weekends or something and do something like that. Oh yeah, got some fishing. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, Army Mike on the Call of Duty. We played a little Call of Duty last week, didn't we? That was we ended up playing Call of Duty after our Guns Gore Cannoli.
So it's technically cod fishing then.
Yeah, cod fishing. That's awesome.
And
a little bit of cod fishing.
I'll show myself out.
Oh my god, that's awful. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I'm 24. The Joker is Unbreakable Pixel. So. That's pretty solid, but no, that's actually great. That's awful, but awesome, man. Well, no, this was that was really bad.
That was a bad one.
But yeah, man. Well, this was good. This was awesome. So we'll be back here 2 weeks. Yeah, in 2 weeks. So not next Friday, but the Friday after, we'll be back. So, like I said, !Discord. Both of our Discords have sections where we are looking for topics, ideas. If you'd like to join us one week, we're totally open for that. Even if you don't have to be on camera, if you just want to chat with us live, we'd love that. We'll work it out no matter what you want to do. I think it'll be fun. But yeah, hop in our Discords and you can recommend there. You can message us through Discord, myself or Pixel. So either
absolutely.
way, we would love to work it in. So it would be great. But thanks everybody for hanging out. It was a good week. I look forward to this stream every week. I like just chat with people. It's nice to not focus on a game and chat and just hang out and talk. So
absolutely. Always good times.
And thanks everybody that came in and raided and hung out tonight. Really appreciate it. It was a good week.
Yeah, thank you, Raiders.
But so that's it for me. I think we'll probably go to our ending screens and then maybe see if we can rate somebody up, huh?
Yep, sounds like a plan.
Awesome.
So thank you everybody for hanging out. We appreciate this so much, and we will see you back for another OG VODcast in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. In the meantime, check out the streams, and you'll catch, because you'll be playing something this week.
Yeah, we'll get something for sure. We'll get something going.
Yep. So
don't know what, but you know, it'll be something good.
And I'm so looking forward to getting back into some gaming.
Yeah, right. You're ready. Hey, thanks, C-Fish. I appreciate that.
So,
awesome. Good stuff. Well, you guys have a great one. Stick around for this raid, so it'll be a few seconds, but yeah, hang out. Let's go show some love, and we'll see you guys. See you guys in the next one.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Later.